We are presenting a series of short videos that provide information on bladder management within the context of dementia. In this first session, we will discuss normal bladder function and how dementia can affect function.
I'd like to talk to you about how your bladder works, how does dementia affect the bladder, and tips and strategies for a healthy bladder. We're going to start with the kidneys. They sit right back here, and they filter our blood 24 hours a day. What they end up not needing ends up to be urine, with about 1 to 2 quarts of fluid, or we call it waste. And it ends up in your bladder. So your bladder is a little storage system for a while. It kind of acts like a balloon does. So when the bladder fills up, similar to balloons filling up, it always wants to go. But what's preventing it from going is my finger right here. Same with the bladder. The bladder has a sphincter muscle that is always tight when you're storing your urine. Your bladder sits right here and that sphincter is nice and tight. What it does is it sends messages as it fills up. So when your bladder has about 4 ounces in it, it sends messages up to the brain and says, I've got a little bit of an urge. Fine, tighten up. When you get about 8 ounces in your bladder or a cup, it sends another message and says, I'm getting a little more full. Fine. When you get about 15 to 20 ounces, which is about 2 cups, your bladder says, we're ready. Brain's all together with it, bladder's calm, and when you were potty training, you went to the bathroom, you sat or you stood there, and your sphincter opened up, and that allowed the bladder to empty. Well, when you have dementia, you don't always get the messages correctly. You might get the messages up to your brain, but you don't know what to do with them. You don't know what that means. Do I really have an urge to do what? And then what do I do? Where do I go?